everybody, thought I'd give you a bit of an update. We're on day 19 and up to press I am still on target to hit 1 million steps in 100 days. As you can probably see, I am quite tired at the moment. I did have a little bit of a down day on Saturday, which means I am literally just on target. I've nothing banked. I'm just hitting my 10,000 a day at the moment. I watched an interesting documentary on Netflix last night called Unrest. If anybody wants to know just what it's like to live with ME, especially severe ME, then it's well worth giving this documentary a watch. I mean, I've lived with ME. I've been diagnosed as having ME for just over 10 years now, but I've actually had the condition a lot longer, just undiagnosed. And I'm quite lucky that mine is a mild version. It has got progressively worse over the course of the years, and if I'm not careful to manage the condition and I have a bad relapse, then it's always worse. I never fully recover to the way I was. So, like I say, I'm one of the lucky ones. My condition is very mild compared to some people, but yet there's hardly any research done. There's virtually no funding for research. A lot of doctors still don't believe it's a real illness. They think it's in our heads. In some countries even, which I didn't know, it's still considered hysteria, and people are locked away in mental institutes instead of being treated for the illness that they've really got. It's quite scary when you think about the fact that it's 2018. This condition has had it's been realised since the 1980s. It's had a name since the 1980s, but yet there's still very little known about it. It's not taught in medical schools. There are people who are coming out of medical school as qualified doctors that have still never even heard of this illness. But that is scary, really scary. But that's why we do the fundraising that we do, to raise awareness, to fund more research, so that people like me and everybody else, the millions, because there are millions of people suffering with this illness throughout the world, and without more research and more knowledge about the illness, people literally die from ME. ME does cause death. It's scary. It's scary to know that I have an illness that could potentially get a lot worse. I'm lucky that I have fantastic family and a fantastic support unit around me that keeps me going, and it means I'm not ever forced to push myself. Some people are not that lucky. Some people just have to get on with it and they don't have the support to help them. And some people, it hits them very hard straight away, and within weeks, months, they are bedridden and seriously ill. I really appreciate all your support and the donations and sponsorship for this particular event that I'm doing. As a whole event, there's lots of people that are taking part, and we've raised quite a lot of money so far. Like I say, we're on day 19, so there's still quite a long way to go. I can't promise I'm not going to crash. I can't promise I'm going to hit the million. I can promise that I will do my absolute best to do it. I'm quite a determined person, so I will get there eventually. But yeah, take a look at Unrest, and I think it'll open people's eyes as to how serious an illness and how far back this illness actually goes, and has been misdiagnosed many times with many other many other illnesses. And misdiagnosis is probably the worst thing that can happen to somebody with ME, because the wrong kind of treatment can actually make you worse. So obviously getting the right kind of a diagnosis in the first place, so you can manage the illness to the best of your ability, is paramount. Thank you for listening to me waffle on. Thank you for following me, and thank you for helping me achieve a very good target amount towards this charity. Thank you. Bye.